Guys, are you getting my voice? Guys, is it clear the video? Yeah, okay. Yesterday we have seen briefly the wrapper classes. What are the wrapper classes? What is the need of the wrapper classes? Clear. When we come to the Java, since Java is a pure object-oriented programming language, okay, everything in the Java must be some object. Okay, the Java will accept the things only in the form of object and classes. Clear. As we already told you, when we come to C++ or Python, we can write the programs without classes also. We can write the addition of two numbers without using any class in Python or in C++. But when we come to the Java, it is not possible to write any small program also without using the classes. That's why Java is called as the pure object-oriented programming language. Whereas when we come to the C++ or Python, they are the not pure object-oriented programming languages. They are object-oriented, but not fully object-oriented programming languages. The reason is that we can do the work there without classes and objects also. Next, when we come to this Java, as it is a pure object-oriented, everything we want in the form of objects only. Clear. When we come to the primitive data types, we have 8 primitive data types are there in Java. When we come to these primitive data types, if we are using the primitive data types, okay, we are declaring variables only, not the objects. Int A, if you are writing, we are declaring that A as an integer variable only instead of making it as an object. Clear. Generally, we write in the declaration int A, float B, double D, like that we will write. When we are writing int A, we are making that variable A as a integer variable only. Okay, it is a variable of the type integer. But okay, how to declare object of that integer data type? Okay, by using that integer primitive data type, we are declaring only variable, not the object. If you are writing int A, here A is an only a variable, but not the object. Okay, how to make that A as an object? How to declare object for the primitive data types? When we come to the primitive data types, since they does not belongs to any class. Primitive data types does not belongs to any particular class in the Java. Primitive data types are separately that directly belongs to the language only. In the language that does not belongs to any class. Clear. So directly, if you are using the primitive data types into float, double, byte, etc., they will create only the variables instead of objects. But so most of the concepts in Java will want the not the ordinary variables. They want the objects. Clear. They want the objects instead of the variables. They want the objects only. Clear. Then how to provide object for an integer data type? How to provide object for a float data type? How to create object for the char data type? How to create object? Clear. The question is how to create the objects for the primitive data types. Okay, if you are writing the normal syntax int A is the ordinary variable only, not the primitive data type, not the object. When we come to this one, here if you are writing int A, here A is an ordinary variable only, not the object. For the primitive data type int, we are creating a variable only whose name is A. With the name A, we are creating a ordinary variable for the integer data type, but it is not an object. Okay, for the same primitive data type, how to create object for this one? How are the primitive data types in Java? How to create the objects means? Okay, for that only wrapper classes are there. Wrapper classes are used in Java for converting the simple data types into objects. Okay, for creating the objects for the simple data type, there is a concept called in Java called wrapper classes. Why? Because Most of the concepts in Java want the objects, not the ordinary data type variables. They want the objects for the simple data types. Instead of directly using the simple data type variables, they want the objects in place of ordinary variables. Then how to provide those objects means with the help of wrapper classes. Okay, there is a concept called wrapper classes in Java. The duty of these wrapper classes is to provide objects for the primitive data types. For every primitive type, a particular wrapper class is there. By using that wrapper class, we can create object for that primitive data type. That is the simple concept. Wrapper classes is for creating objects to the simple data types. Okay, normally we are using ordinary variables file declaration. Instead of variables, if you want to create objects, then we take help of the wrapper classes. The name wrapper classes means the name itself. Wrapping means surrounding. Okay, this wrapper class, the name itself is wrapper class. Why? Because that particular class is surrounding that particular primitive data type. They are surrounding the primitive data types. They will apply only for primitive data types. That's why they are called as the wrapper classes. Clear? The wrapper classes are the classes in the Java, predefined classes in the Java, which are useful for converting simple data types or primitive data types into objects. For declaring objects to the primitive data types, we are using the wrapper classes. Clear? So when we come to this one, primitive data types are directly not objects. They does not belongs to any class. They directly belongs to the language only. Okay, sometimes it is required to convert the data types into objects. For this conversion, we take help of the wrapper classes. We will take help of conversion. Wrapper classes will be used. Clear? For the 8 primitive data types, we have 8 wrapper classes are there. They are boolean, byte, character, float, int, integer, long, short, double. All these are the corresponding wrapper classes for each primitive data type. For each primitive data type, these are the corresponding wrapper classes. See, now when we write int a, it is a integer variable for the primitive data type int. Here a is the integer variable. For the same thing, I will use wrapper class integer. See, for int I have the wrapper class integer, so I am using integer a1. Integer a1. Now a1 is an object, not the ordinary variable. A1 is an object for the wrapper class integer. Okay, a is an ordinary variable of the type int data type. When we come to a1 is an object of the type int only, but it is an object. A1 is also a type of integer, but it is an object, whereas a is also a type of int only, but it is an ordinary variable. Okay, working nature is same for both, but here a1 is an object, where this a is an ordinary variable. That is the thing. For example, similarly, for double D, D is a ordinary variable of the data type double. Same thing, for the same double, we can create object D1. D1 is the object for the data type double. Okay, D1 is an object of the variable of the data type. A1 is a object of the data type int, whereas A is an variable of the data type int. Okay, like this, we can, if you want, we can create objects for the simple data types. Instead of using int A, we can write integer A. Whenever we want only object, instead of int A, I will write integer A. Whenever I want object only, instead of double D, I will write double D. This one I will write, so that it will take objects. But working nature is same, both will do the same work. But here it is, these are the objects. Clear? For every primitive data type, a corresponding wrapper class is available. Why? Because most of the concepts in Java will accept only objects instead of the ordinary variables. They accept the objects only. Briefly clear, guys. What is this one? Is it clear? Briefly, just roughly, what is it clear? What is the use of these wrapper classes? Rough గా అర్థమైందండి, just What are the use of the wrapper classes? The use of the wrapper classes is for creating objects to the simple data types or primitive data types. Wrapper classes are used. Clear. Next, when we come to this one, here we have two important definitions are there: wrapping and unwrapping. Okay, what is this wrapping means? Conversion of primitive data type into object is known as wrapping. Conversion of primitive data type into object is known as wrapping. When we come to the unwrapping, what is unwrapping means? Reverse of that one. Conversion of object to primitive data type is known as unwrapping. Reverse of the wrapping is known as the unwrapping. Okay, the process of converting primitive data type into objects is known as wrapping. The reverse of this process is known as the unwrapping. Guys, are you understanding? See, when we come to this one, how to convert the primitive data type into wrapper class object means when we have a primitive data type value, how to convert the primitive data type value into an object means with the take help of the syntax we have to follow is the wrapper class dot value of wrapper class name dot value of. We have to use this method value of method which belongs to the wrapper class. Okay, the general syntax is wrapper class dot value of. For example, see here, int marks is equal to 45. We have the line. If you observe this line, last one, int marks is equal to 45. Here, what is this variable marks? Variable marks is a primitive data type variable. Directly, it is an ordinary variable of the data type int. Okay, I've declared int marks is equal to 45. After some time, I want to convert that marks into some object. Okay, since some concepts will not directly take the ordinary variables, they want the objects. We want to convert that marks value into the object. Then to which object we have to convert integer. So I am writing syntax is integer m1 is equal to integer dot value of marks. Okay, we are using the method wrapper class name is integer. Integer dot value of. We are using the method called value of method. Okay, which is a static method. We are using a static method value of method which belongs to the wrapper class integer dot value of marks. We are writing the syntax so that what will happen is this 45 will be assigned to the object m1. So this process is called wrapping. The process of converting primitive data type variable into an object is known as the wrapping. Here int marks is equal to 45. We are writing. We are converting that one to this one. The general syntax is this one. Data type variable name is equal to value. This is how to declare the ordinary variable and how to initialize the ordinary variable. Regularly we are writing this line. Next, to convert that one into the object, the syntax is wrapper class space object name is equal to wrapper class dot value of variable name. Clear? By using that one, we are converting that one into the object. Is it clear, guys? Roughly, what is this one? The reverse of this process is known as the unwrapping. When we come to the reverse of this process, the reverse of the wrapping process is known as the unwrapping. Guys, follow అవుతున్నారండి. See, when we come to this unwrapping, okay, the reverse process, the process of converting object to primitive data type variable is known as unwrapping. The process of converting the object into the primitive data type variable is known as unwrapping. For example, say here integer m1 is equal to, we are taking integer m1 is equal new integer of 45. For the integer object m1, we are giving the value 45. Okay, where here m1 is an integer of the integer class object. It is an object. M1 is an object. Now we are converting that M1 to int marks. Int marks is equal to object name M1 dot int value. Okay, if you observe the general syntax, object name dot data type value. It is the method we are using to convert the object into the primitive data type. Okay, the process of reverse process of converting object to variable is known as unwrapping. Here, by using the method object name dot data type value, we are using the we are converting that object into the ordinary variable. Integer m1 is equal to, we are giving 45. For that object m1 value is 45. We have to convert that one to ordinary variable marks. So we are connecting m1 dot int value. Since because it is an integer object, so we are using here data type int. So we are converting to ordinary data type int. Okay, if it is a float data type, float wrapper class, we will convert that one to ordinary data type float like that. Okay, this is the first two process, wrapping and unwrapping. Okay, the process of converting from ordinary data type to object using wrapper class dot value of method is known as wrapping, and the process of converting object to primitive data type using the method data type value object name dot data type value is known as unwrapping. These two is this clear, guys? These two topics, wrapping and unwrapping. Is clear briefly what is this wrapping and unwrapping? What we are doing in this one? See, when we come to this wrapping and unwrapping process is up to the Java 4 version only. They are up to the Java 4 version only. When we come to the Java 5 version, these middle wrapper class dot value of methods are this object name dot data type value methods are removed. Okay. See, the next concept related to this one is auto boxing and unboxing. The next concepts are the auto boxing and unboxing. Auto boxing means automatic conversion of primitive data type to object. From Java 5 onwards, automatically it will internally convert that primitive data type to object. We have no need to use special methods. Okay, auto boxing means automatic conversion of primitive data types to object is known as auto boxing, and unboxing is reverse of this one. The automatic conversion of objects to primitive data type variables is known as unboxing. You observe the below note. Since Java 5 onwards, we have no need to use the value of method for converting wrapper classes into primitive data types into objects. For converting primitive data types into objects, we have no need to use the method value of method. From Java 5 onwards, this method is not required. Previously, if you observe, we are using the method value of method, wrapper class name dot value of method, integer dot value of marks. Next, when we come to the Java 5 onwards, we no need of that one. Okay, automatically it will convert the primitive data type to corresponding wrapper class object. See, int will be automatically converted to integer object. Long will be automatically converted to long object. Double will be automatically converted to double object like that. If you have the same example, we are taking int marks is equal to 45. Here marks is the primitive data type variable. Next, when we want to convert that marks into the object, simply we will write integer m1 is equal to marks. M1 is an integer class object. Okay, here we are directly assigning marks to the object M1, so that directly it is taking separately. No need to use of value of method. From the Java 5 onwards, auto boxing is there. So separately no need to go use any method. Integer M1 is equal to marks. Clear. Directly it is converting into the marks. The reverse of this one is the unboxing. Okay, automatic conversion of object into primitive data type is known as unboxing. Okay, see here also same thing. Automatically integer object will be converted to int, long object will be converted to long, double object will be converted to double, like that. For example, say integer m1 is equal to new integer of 45. For the object m1 we are giving the value 45. After some time that m1 is converted into the ordinary variable marks. Into marks is equal to m1. That m1 is assigned to marks directly without using any special method, data type value method. Previously we are using object name dot data type value m1 dot int value of. Now we have no need to use that ones. Okay, data type value method is not used. Directly we are using assigning whatever the object we want to assign. we are directly assigning from Java 5 onwards. It is directly taking so that the programmer has no headache. So of converting the object to primitive data type or primitive data type to object, programmer has additionally no need to do the work. Simply he will create the object, he will assign the ordinary variable to object. Simple, if you want reverse, simply he will create the object, he will assign the value of the object to ordinary variable directly. Okay, especially no need to do any conversion. Before Java 5, some methods are required. Value of method or data type value method are required. But when we come to after the versions, no need to do any special things. Directly it is supporting the conversion from one data, yeah, the primitive data type to object, as well as object to primitive data type. This is the small concept of wrapper classes. See, when we come to the wrapper classes, use of wrapper classes means, okay, we want the wrapper classes in serialization. I have given some of the concepts which are related to our big data analysis, which we use in the future classes. Okay, many concepts in Java want the wrapper classes. I have given the list of the some concepts which are useful in our future classes. Okay, serialization concept requires wrapper classes only. We will see serialization. Next topic is our next concept is the serialization. There we will see the what is briefly serialization. Okay, in Java serialization, wrapper classes are required. In Java synchronization concept, wrapper classes are required. Okay, next utility package. All the classes in the utility package will deal with only objects. Okay, whatever the classes in the Java.util package, all those classes will deal with only with objects. They don't deal with primitive values. They will deal only with the objects. Next, Java collection framework. Okay, we have seen the Java collection framework like linked list, stack, queue, sets. We have seen various collection frameworks. The Java collection framework will also deal with only objects. They don't deal directly with the primitive values. They want the objects only. Okay, these are the concepts. Some of the concepts I have listed only these because why? Because these are next we are going in our big data analysis. We are going to use these concepts, so I have named those concepts. Okay, like this, many concepts in Java will use the wrapper classes. Why? Because they want only the objects, not the primitive value. So whenever we want the objects instead of the primitive values, we have to use the wrapper classes in our program. Okay, that is the briefly the small concept called primitive is wrapper classes. Roughly, is it clear, guys? What is this concept of wrapper classes? Roughly, okay, Andy. Brief గా కనీసం at least what is what కొంతవరకు. See, we will test these conversions once in the Eclipse. Directly, we will check them once in the Eclipse. I have written a small program for checking of those things also. Hmm. Okay, see, I have verified checking of those things. Just I have written a small program for wrapping, unwrapping, auto boxing, and unboxing. I have written the syntaxes to check whether the syntaxes are happily accepting in the programming language or not. See, if we observe here, I am taking int a is equal to 45. I am converting here a is the ordinary variable, primitive data type variable. I am converting that a whose value is 45. I am going to assign that one to object a1. Integer a1 is equal to integer dot value of a. Integer dot value of a. That means by using this integer dot value of method, we are converting that a to object a1. We are assigning the ordinary primitive value a to object a1. Similarly, for the float also I have written float b is equal to 4.5f. Next, this b is the ordinary variable. We are converting that one to the object by writing float b1 is equal to float dot value of b, where b1 is the object. Okay, this process is called the wrapping process. Converting primitive data types to objects this is known as the wrapping process. When we come to the unwrapping, reverse of that process. See, I have taken integer I is equal to 45. For the integer I, I is the object here. Why? Because I am using the integer wrapper class. Integer wrapper class space I is equal to 45. For the integer class, I have given the value 45. Next, I am trying to convert that I to ordinary variable. Int I1 is equal to I dot int value. I am converting this I object to normal int. Okay, I dot int value by using the method I dot int value, where whatever the value of this object I, it is assigned to I1. This is the unwrapping. Okay, conversion of objects to primitive data type values. Conversion of objects to primitive data type values. Similarly, for the float also. For the float, we are creating an object f, and that object is converted to the ordinary variable f1. This process is called the unboxing. Sorry, unwrapping. Okay, this is the wrapping and this is the unwrapping. Okay, up to Java 4, these methods are required. Data type value method is required. Data the class wrapper class name dot value of methods are required for wrapping and unwrapping. When we come to the Java 5 onwards, we have the advantage. Auto boxing is there. So simply, if you observe here, int a is equal to 45. Simply, we are writing integer a12 is equal to a2. We are directly we are creating an ordinary variable a2, and that ordinary variable a2 is directly assigned to object a12. Simply, we are converting the primitive data type variable up into object. Okay, without any method, we are happily converting. Similarly, for float also, we are converting b2 to b1 to object. The reverse of this one is called unboxing. Integer I2 is equal to 45. This I2 is automatically converted to the ordinary variable I12 simply by assigning. We are converting that one to ordinary variable I12. Similarly for float also. Okay, like that. This is the process of unboxing. Okay, where the object is automatically converted to the ordinary variable without the help of any process of converting ordinary variables to objects without using the any methods is known as the auto boxing and unboxing. Okay, regularly we will use this auto boxing and unboxing only. Separately, we don't use the wrapping and unwrapping. Why? Because directly it is supported. Okay, previously we have these methods also. If you want, we can use this value of method and data type value methods for wrapping and unwrapping, but no need of that one. Why? Because we are using the new version of Java. Since we are using new version of Java, directly they will be supported. Okay, this is briefly. Whenever we have the primitive values, how to convert those primitive values into objects, and whenever we have objects, how to convert the values of those objects, how to assign the value of those objects to primitive values. Okay, for that process, we will take help of these wrapper classes. Okay, whenever in your programs, wherever sometimes you need that situation, we will do that work using the wrapper classes depending on your requirement. If you want to assign the value of ordinary variable to object, we will go for wrapping or auto boxing. If you want to assign the value of object to primitive data type, we will go for the concept of unwrapping or unboxing, depending on your requirement in the programs. Clear? This is the today small concept called the wrapping wrapper classes. Is it clear, guys? Briefly, what is this concept of wrapper classes? Actually, it is a vast concept is there in Java. Wrapper class is a big concept. Many things are there. We are briefly seeing what is what, roughly what is wrapper class only we have seen. Is it clear, guys? Okay. If it is clear, tomorrow we will see another concept called serialization, which is the last concept in our first unit, introduction to Java. We will see the serialization. Okay, tomorrow we will see the concept of serialization. So that after that serialization concept, our first unit will be over. Okay, from second unit onwards, we will enter into our actual subject. What is the big data analysis? What are the various techniques in big data analysis? How they are working, etc. We will see Hadoop and everything. Okay, definitely I will send you the PDF. Okay, just I have to add the last concept only. I have to add for the PDF. Only serialization is pending. I will add that one and send you to you. Clear? Okay, you want unblock Tomorrow I will send you, after that serialization is over, immediately I will add that one also matter to this PDF and I will send to you. Then from second unit onwards, we will enter into our actual concepts of big data. Briefly, we will see those things. Is it clear, guys? Okay, tomorrow we will meet with the last concept of first unit, that is serialization. We will meet on tomorrow. Thank you, guys.